It is the... Oh.
Oh,
hey.
shit.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Y'all saying
This is official.
Oh, wow.
Hey, welcome to the One Bit at a Time podcast. Episode 3, Part A. Anyway, this is your host, Draco Firespitter. And we've got Girthworm Jim on the odds. We've got Beowulf on the audio.
Hello, everybody. I sound better.
And special guest is Nesto.
Yo.
All right. So we are we're getting up in the world. We are on a new platform right now, testing it out, feeling it out. You know, first date type thing. So first hour, this is gonna be a little different. It's gonna probably sound a little different. We'll see how it works out. See if you guys enjoy. But let's kick it off. There were no notes from last episode, but we did have weeks. And I would like to start off talking about the week that I had, because I had a week with Beowulf. Me and Beowulf, and we celebrated Martin Luther King Jr.'s Day, with rich, festive African genocide, as many as we could get in our crosshairs. It was a good time, wasn't it, Beowulf?
Oh, yes, especially when they started getting the shields and the spears and the big ups.
Yes, the big jumping. That was great. And then there was that white woman we had to save, but we were too late, weren't we?
And then the tentacles came into the...
And then the tentacles. We played RE5, guys. We played RE5. It was good. Resident Evil 5, if you guys don't know. It's a game.
Yeah, out of context, that's fucked up.
Exactly.
In context, it's still pretty fucked up.
No, in context, it is fucked up.
Yeah, 100%.
That'll be a podcast one day. Capcom will be a podcast. Or no, RE will be a podcast for sure.
That's the worst time to do it. Oh.
No, it was the best time. We had a great time.
Yeah.
What? Go ahead.
So this game it came out in a more innocent time, I guess. So for those who are not in the know, Resident Evil 5, fifth game in the Resident Evil series, the first Resident Evil game on the Xbox 360 / PlayStation 3, and premise of the story is you're part of an elite team trying to stop terrorists who have biological weapons in Africa. And they've turned all of the native villagers into bioorganic weapons, which means you have a bunch of very angry African natives coming after you. And you play as the big white American Chris Redfield and his partner, the I believe she is African. The African.
See, that's why this game didn't sting as much. See, if it was just two white characters mowing down a shit ton of Africans,
actually,
oh god,
I'm not going to get into it on this podcast, but Sheva was added later for the exact reason you're stating.
Oh, really? I believe.
Oh, the background on this game is fun.
Yeah, a lot of it is hearsay and speculation, but my understanding of the situation is someone had a couple of ideas of what the sequel to Resident Evil 4 would be, and they did not realize the implications when they started implementing them.
Yeah.
So they basically did not think things through. They would.
No.
Yeah, because remember the developers of Resident Evil are Japanese, so they don't really have as much context about why that may be as um, color whoa collar tugging as it could be.
Yeah, yeah.
I
They
think
weren't fresh in their history.
I think they really messed up in the sense of that because they made it a little too real, as far as not saying the graphics or anything, but the fact that your character models, even after they were zombie, you knew there were still black people. Like you could at least like try to like, all right, so if they're being native clothes, fine. Change their zombie color to something that's way kind of off. So at least you can have the argument, like, what are you talking about? They're just zombies. Now, if
Yeah,
you
Well,
think they're black people, then that's fine. But what they did was they turned into zombies and turned to darker brown. And it was like, oh, some of them
well,
are gray.
actually, they didn't turn any color.
Oh, their eyes changed, right?
No, nothing changes.
Yeah,
Oh,
nothing.
They're
that,
they're so far
Nothing.
in the franchise where they're barely zombies at all. They're just
yeah,
people infected
So
with parasites.
yeah.
they're
So
Um,
not
they
even
look and
zombies.
act human,
Okay.
except that they really, really want to kill you.
oh
yes,
wow, that's
And
they're
then
right.
if
just
you do enough damage
angry.
to them, the big old tentacle comes out.
That's
Yes,
right. I
special
remember
specials
that.
do that. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So that was our weeks. How did you guys spend your weeks? Nesto, you're the guest. You go first.
Oh well, my weeks. I don't particularly recall because I'm usually blazed like half the time. So it all comes jumbled up to one day, and it's been fun, you know.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, Jim.
Luckily, you know what? I got so upset kind of about the. I planned on getting Cyberpunk and I wanted to, and then just really, did a little bit of research and just read into some horror stories of how it's running. I just have the regular, not the regular Xbox, not the new gen. And so I heard how poor it's been running the older models for the Xbox, and so I haven't got, I haven't picked up that game. And because of that, I haven't really been all that excited of the games that I do have because they all kind of suck. And I feel some type of way about Monster Hunter World Iceborne. And I don't know. I never liked the cold anyway. I never liked snow, period. So I don't know why the hell I would pay for money for a DLC that literally has nothing but snow. That was a terrible, terrible move. So I really don't enjoy that DLC. But there's a sunny side to this. They did have a free play days for the Call of Duty Cold War Zombies,
Mm,
which
mm.
I haven't bought into that for a while. But since it was free, I was like, you know what? I'll try it. 150 gigs later, okay? I'm playing the game, and it's a lot of fucking fun. The zombies are really, really fun. The Easter eggs and the hunting, and the fact that you have now a class that you can now upgrade and build as you do more zombie runs is really rewarding and satisfying. And it
Okay.
makes it so now you've got dudes who are kind of turning into specialists. Oh, I've got this kit built. Healing Aurora, I've got a shotgun, and then I've got quick revive on tier 3, which
Mm.
is like, you know what I'm saying? Like you turn into a full support. And so they've done a really good job of building this game into, if you want to build a specialist, you can do that. If you want to casually jump in this and just fucking play it, you can do that. It depends on how deep you want to dive into it. And I felt like they made the map, they just did a really good job. They've tried
Okay.
so many different things. I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting off topic, but
No, you're good. You're good.
very good.
I just have a
Let's go.
question.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Do you own a PlayStation 4?
I do.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. What was
Yes.
what was that, Bayo?
Now, I do have one question. Just so I can get kind of context. It's been forever since I played Call of Duty Zombies. Is it still kind of the same setup where it's survival? You got your rounds. You run around the map to try and find better weapons.
So yes and no. Yes, it is the concept of like, yes, there are rounds and you're trying to survive. But now they set it up to where you can go to they capped it at like, hey, try to get to round 20. You know what I'm saying? So it's not
Mm.
painstakingly like, oh gosh, dude, here's round 43. Like, no. But if you want to do an endless game type like that, you can do that. See how far you can go. The new thing that is so refreshing about the zombies is that the classes, like I said, so you start with the gun that you decide. You don't start with just a pistol and worry about getting a gun off the wall. No, you start with this badass shotgun that you wanted because you've earned it through your like soldier ranking. Um, but what's really nice is you always have an opportunity to get ammo for your guns. That used to be kind of a cumbersome thing to being like, damn, dude, I'm almost out of ammo, and we gotta depend on a max ammo to drop from one of these zombies if we kill them. That's no longer an issue. So now you have this sort of sustainability with guns. It's more about you making sure you make the right moves to maximize your money to upgrade your items that you have. Now, when you pack a punch a gun, there's 3 tiers of a pack a punch: base, massive damage, gigantic damage. And that's when shit gets really loony in the game because you start feeling like God tier, like, whoa, I am mowing down these zombies like it's nothing. Let's try to find something. And so it's a lot of fun, man.
Okay,
All right.
cool. Look forward to the Dying Light playthrough or Dying Light streams we will be doing in the future, I guess.
I'm very, very excited about that. I really,
Yeah.
really love zombie games.
Be running and gunning and parkouring through a downtown area trying to get our hands on the vaccine. I mean the cure.
This guy.
This guy.
Too soon? Yeah.
Not soon enough.
We can make anything topical.
It'll be a year from now, and it'll be too soon. It's still going. Anyway. So, let's see. We were... On our last podcast, we were talking about the upcoming games that we were kind of looking forward to. Some of them just straight out didn't make any goddamn sense, like that Gollum game. Like, what the fuck is that?
Oh god, I heard about that.
Oh man, dude, like what a waste.
It's
What a
like
waste of fucking time.
it's like the Atari ET video game. And look what happened to that.
Dude, that's
So-
the thing. Like he's a creepy, creepy character
Yes,
that,
they
like-
both are.
deals with schizophrenia that
Mm-hmm.
you really can't relate to, and now they want you to get in the body of him and creep on people the whole
Yeah.
game. You don't do any combat, you just creep. Oh my
That
gosh, look at that
Sure.
fight. That's weird. Hopefully you get to at least steal the ring.
No,
Oh god. You would think a boss battle would just be you against yourself at some point.
It
oh,
has to.
you know that probably at least 3 times maybe.
All right. So, the next game on the list is going to be Ghostwire Tokyo. That is a Bethesda PlayStation exclusive, or timed exclusive, I should say. Also coming to PC. This is the what's her name? Takamura? This is the extremely charismatic Japanese developer. Some calling her Femme Kojima. She left the project in order to do another project, which was being pregnant and having a child. So, but this is the highlight of the Bethesda reel from last year.
So this game, well, quick correction, Ikumi Nakamura.
Nakamura. Thank you.
So this game, when it was first shown off, when they had the concept trailer, I should say, it was very, very cool. You had some really cool images, a really cool concept. And then they showed this next trailer, which it was a little bit more of what the game was. And it looks okay.
Mhm.
It's a little different than what I was personally expecting. But I don't know. It just kind of looks okay, I guess. Does anyone have any other thoughts?
Yeah, it looks weird.
Yeah, it does. I don't have a whole lot on this particular.
Yeah, I would say like okay. I'm a survival horror fan. I love the Resident Evils. I love the Silent Hills. I love all of that shit. I am starved for a good survival horror experience. Now there has been a remake too. That's been pretty good. That helps a little bit. But something new, something fresh, you know. And I'm not getting that from this, and I'm kind of disappointed in that. And I don't want that to color my perceptions, but it really is.
Says the man that has Last of Us 2 just sitting there.
Survival horror.
Says the man who has Last of Us 2. Anyway, yeah, it's a first-person horror, very neon, very flashy colored, where you don't have a weapon, you're pointing your fingers and making Naruto signals, which could be cool.
Yeah, for a Naruto game.
Brutal.
Yeah. But yeah, not interested. Cool concept, cool developer that is no longer working on it, but I'm tapped out.
Damn.
All right. So, next. God of War Ragnarok.
We had a
Sequel
logo.
to 2018's Game of the Year.
When has Santa Monica done wrong? When has Santa Monica Studios done wrong?
God of War.
I'm looking it up right now.
One of them?
I don't know, dude. I feel like they have my trust.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna buckle up, and you guys just take me on the ride. I'm very, very excited about this.
Yeah, they've literally just made God of War games, so
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so, like, hey, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And they've done a good job of not breaking shit that they don't need to fix. Or not breaking shit they don't need to fix. So, like, I'm very excited about this. It's going to be badass. It's needed. You could probably give them the Game of the Year award again. I just, that's what they'll do.
then they're probably gonna get it again.
Right. I believe
Yeah,
it.
they probably are.
It's just, I can't wait. I'm very, very excited. I am very, very excited to see how his son has grown and his strength. And
Oh, yeah.
I think that is very, very intriguing. Because I believe, like any other seed, he is stronger than Kratos. And it's going to, I believe he'll have a power struggle with some of that rage that his father deals with.
That would sound
that's a
very
deep demon in
interesting.
him.
That would sound very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he is Loki in that universe. The god of mischief. So
Right. It's gonna be.
there's a lot you can do with that
Oh
character.
my gosh, it's gonna be
Spoilers for God of War.
Well, spoilers for Game of the Year. 3 years ago. Get fucked.
Dude, I avoid spoilers for fucking 10-year-old games. Still.
Really?
Yeah, if you're talking to a 10-year-old.
I would.
All right, I will be more careful with spoilers next time.
At least just give like a 3-second warning. That's all I'm saying.
He's right.
I'm sorry, like
There is a courtesy.
Yeah.
He's not
Like-
Yeah,
not
it's
wrong.
spoiler.
there's the difference between, oh yeah, this character is a part of the Norse mythology in that game, and the Revan secret. Like, that's a fucking spoiler.
Well, like you said, okay, we're having this argument right here, right now.
Let's
Like
do
you
it.
said, it's the game of the year, and that is the plot twist to the game. So,
Isn't
But it doesn't affect the game. It's
no,
my
but
argument.
it does. Okay, here's the thing with spoilers. A spoiler changes your first experience with the game. This gives more. You do your first one, you have questions about, like, oh, why is it like this? Oh, I wonder who this could be. And then once you get the answer and you go through again, then it's like, oh, now I see this is why this person's acting like this, or this is why the scene played out like that. It makes it so that you have a unique experience your first time through. You spoil something for someone, you rob them of that unique first experience.
Fair.
fair? True.
Well done.
All right, I will not spoil good games. But if it's a bad game and I can't respect it, I'm not going to respect its spoilers either.
I think that's fair as fuck.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. You know, because you're saving somebody their
What are
time
you
and
spoiling
money.
for,
Like,
shit, man?
don't even get
I'm
this.
not gonna fall.
Trust me. Trust me. I'll tell you what happens, and then they'll be like, oh. Well, that's
Same
what-
with shows, same with movies.
Yep, that's true. That's cool. It is known,
It is known.
or this is the way.
We're going to talk about that one day. Well, let's,
So the final
let's get
scene is The
into
Mandalorian.
so spoilers for Mandalorian. No. So, you know what? We do need to talk about that. So, pause on the fucking list. Ubisoft is making a Star Wars game. Open world, possibly more shooty, less melee.
The RPG style, or like, am I?
They don't know how to make RPGs. It's not going to have RPG elements.
It's
Oh,
open
guys, I'm having a vision. I'm seeing big open world with random encounters and multiple missions of the same category and radio towers that reveal the map.
Mm.
Wow, that's
And you're only on one planet, and you never leave it.
Oh, that's Marvel Avengers. That's exactly Marvel Avengers.
No, Marvel Avengers has multiple maps on one planet.
You could say that, I guess. I don't know. To add snow to that same. You're right.
Yeah.
They broke my heart.
Yeah. Yeah, so Ubisoft being a pit full of rapey vipers, when notwithstanding, I'll reserve harsh judgment, but I'm going to judge the shit of it right now. I'm not super excited. It's an open world. I'm not seeing a lightsaber. It's probably going to be mostly shooting, because Ubi doesn't know how to do melee combat. That's why pretty much their Assassin's Creed stuff is quick time events, more or less. I mean, I haven't touched Valhalla, but that's not a very... I highly doubt they're going to take the time that they take for the Assassin's Creed stuff on this. This seems like it's going to be a rushed project.
I just... Oh, man. You see, I like their ambition. They always have the right ambition because we're talking about it. They at least get us to talk about it. But, like, they just are going to fuck up, but not so bad to where we don't at least give one of their games a taste.
Yeah.
But we can just... I guess it's because we all see the potential. It's not like they don't have the money to... You know what I'm saying? To produce these titles.
Yeah.
we just see the potential, and I guess we just weirdly enough, we give them the benefit of the doubt, but not in a good way. Just enough to be like, yeah, we know you're gonna fuck up, but I might have a little bit of fun with it.
I mean, the scary thought is that Ubisoft is one of the most successful, if not the most successful, video game publisher going right now.
You know, so,
Because they're putting out like 3-4 games a year.
right? So that's what I'm saying. It's not for lack of ambition. It's just maybe you're putting out too many games.
Yeah, they are.
They have a formula, and it works, for better or worse.
It does. You're right. It's a cookie cutter thing that is working right now. It's just enough to like kind of keep our attention there.
It was working. It was working, and then Ghost of Tsushima came out and went, oh, that's how yeah. You know, if this was being made by the people who made Ghost of Tsushima, I would be so excited. And it would be almost kind of the same, except the combat would be on a whole nother level. The art design would be on a whole nother level. The characters would be on a whole nother level.
So there's a lot of pressure.
The story would be on a whole nother
I think
level.
There's a lot of pressure
But
taking on the Star Wars title, man.
yeah,
I think there's a lot of pressure.
Mm.
Because I think the criticism and ridicule after it could not be a good look.
well,
for
if
anybody.
you fuck up, yeah. Don't fuck up. Like, I'm sorry if you're gonna. I think the term is, if you're gonna come at the king correct. Come correct.
Oh yeah.
And maybe chill on the XP boosters.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe sell the game on the name and not try to drain people for their fucking money. Like, and that's the thing. Fallen Order is a decent game.
It really is.
It's just very cookie cutter, very safe in a lot of different ways.
It is
And-
the Dark Souls of Star Wars games.
It is not the Dark Souls Star Wars games. I hate that shit. It is the Sekiro of Dark Souls games. Or it's the Sekiro of Star Wars games. Yeah, it's... And this is probably going to be Fallen Order with worse combat and less levels. Hurrah.
That doesn't,
And shooting.
that doesn't sound pleasant at all.
Like at all. Like who? Like aside from those who are diehard, Star Wars fans, like nobody's
Yeah.
terribly thrilled about the gunplay of Star Wars. Enough to have a full title just exclusively about it. Put us on a journey to where we become Jedis. That's what we want to do. We want to use the Force. We want to do
Yeah.
all those things. Like I think that's an easy, no-brainer concept. If I'm going to get an opportunity to do a Star Wars game, that's the first place I'm starting. All right. So how to become a Jedi?
Yeah.
Like that's it. I'm not even naming.
And guess what? There's this 10, 15-year-old game called Jedi Outcast, Jedi Academy, which walks and chews bubblegum at the same time. You learn to become a Jedi, and the shooting mechanics are there too.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, there's like Star Wars. When you're doing the video game thing, there's like 3 things people want: Jedi, space combat, bounty hunter.
Yep.
Those you can do one of those 3 things, you're golden.
Yeah, if this is a Mandalorian game, we'll see.
Sure.
That's something they can
I can
do.
accept that.
Right, yeah.
The
Right.
melee still has to be on point.
Yes.
The gadgets still have to be on point, and the story still has to be on point. But that's possible.
Very possible. There's possibilities of different skill sets that you could use with the armor.
And that'll give them the, hey, upgrade your armor with the rares, the epics, and the
They would
legendaries
literally make
pack
money
bullshit.
doing it if they went in that direction.
Yeah.
Man. Dumbasses.
But yeah. So, back to the list. after Ragnarok, now we actually get to have a fucking discussion because it's Gotham Knights. It is finally a game about the DC heroes that we all love. Well, I love.
Yes, this will be our game. This is going to be something that will be an experience that we share and we enjoy, and we'll get to talk about the story and the characters and the combat. Dear Lord, I hope it's actually a good game.
If any of these games could give God of War possibly a run for its money if done right, is this one. I think because of the co-op aspect. If it's done and it feels smooth, I don't see why it couldn't. I love games that can immerse online co-op and do it right. It's always fun to play with.
But you guys keep saying like you hope or that it's good or it'll be the best or whatever. I just want to know like if it turns out bad, how could it be bad? Like
The characters could not act like how they are in the comics.
That'll be
the enemies could be extremely repetitive and not be varied at all.
And spongy. Very spongy.
Nope.
Oh, sponge.
Right, and no depth. You know what I mean? Just kind of like.
The story could be trash.
Right.
Which, given who's doing it, I think the story is the safest bet because they made Arkham Origins, and Arkham Origins is the best story out of all of the Arkham games. And it also has the best boss battles out of all of the Arkham games. Fight me.
Oh, and we also have to keep in mind.
I won't argue with you on that one.
If combat is not, if it doesn't feel authentic to the characters, I think that will feel the biggest.
From what we've seen, it looks super authentic to the characters.
Awesome.
Okay.
There's some deep cuts just in their combat alone, which I find great. I really hope it's more than 4. I have my theories that it's at least 6. I'm hoping for more, but it's got to be at least 6. There's got to be at least 2 DLC characters, or at least 1 unlockable and 1 DLC.
I think it is. So.
Unlockable? Batman. Batman has to be unlockable. Batman has to be alive at some point, or someone's got to take up that mantle.
Oh, that's Batman.
That'd be sweet.
I don't care. I just put it there. It doesn't happen. Once they do a Batman Beyond DLC,
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did not even talk about Terry. Yeah, he would actually be fantastic.
Wow.
Oh, there are so many people that would be fantastic in this game. Cassandra would be fantastic in this game. Luke would be fantastic in this game.
When does
Damien would still be fantastic. Catwoman would be fantastic. Probably a Huntress would be okay.
Yeah.
Go. What was that, Jim?
I'm sorry. When does this come out?
This year, apparently.
2021.
All right. I can't wait for that date. Let's see.
Wait for that date to be delayed.
That's the trend, man. That is the trend.
Honestly, at this point, just wait for it. Whatever date it says, just wait like half a year or so. Just estimate that.
All right. Moving on to Normal Heroes 3 for the Switch.
Alright, I need an actual check on this. Who here has played No More Heroes?
Not me.
I can't say I have.
You
Nope.
have not, Ness has not, James has not. Sorry. So that would be me. I played it. So I'm the only one who has an opinion on this?
Yep.
Oh, you'll be
Take it
Alright.
away.
I am low-key excited for this.
okay. All right.
The No More Heroes games, they're not anything to really like explode, make you see new things in your life. They're just fun little experiences, but they're memorable. Hey, the boss fights are fun. The whole atmosphere is fun, and that initial trailer had just the perfect taste of how much of a fucking troll that the creator is. And if we could just move forward with that, with these new unique bosses, I think it'll be a decent enough experience. And it will be on the Switch, which is good because I've always hated the Wii controls. Always have.
Yeah.
Definitely going to
Okay.
take a look at it. Yeah, I'm too familiar with it.
Slash. I like hack and slashing.
Oh yeah, it's a fun hack and slash experience.
Nice. All right, I'll look into it.
All right, moving on to Open Roads. I don't know what this is.
I'm pretty sure we saw the trailer on the last Game Awards.
I love how consoles is in parentheses in terms of in quotes in terms of platforms.
That should have been a question.
Yeah.
Consoles?
Maybe.
Like they don't know. It's like, so to be clear, we're putting this as a video game.
Oh, this is not a driving game. This is one of them.
It feels like one of those games you get when you just get a new console. Like it's just to show you how well the engine works.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
No, not even. Not
Nope.
It's
even.
not.
Nope.
It is a walking simulator. We'll get that out of the way right now. It is a walking simulator with a 2D art style.
Oh.
So this is not pushing anything.
That sounds.
Oh my god,
Oh.
that sounds awesome! And you run?
I don't know. They showed like a 20-second trailer that was in 2D.
You drive, I guess. I don't know. There is no gameplay. There is just images of the trailer. It is nothing. It's not. It's one of them fake games.
Yeah.
Fake games.
I'm going to go on a limb here and say it's probably going to be a lot like Gone Home, where you walk around or you drive and you look at things and think about things.
Yeah.
That sounds
We
like
have to do that in real life.
Yeah.
Why would I want to be reminded how sad that is to do in a game?
And what's the story? Is there a story in this game?
We don't know.
Oh, here's a story. It's right here. A mother and daughter are going on a road trip. That's your story.
What? Do they run into people who were trying to kill them or something?
Probably not.
Are they going to kill somebody?
Probably not.
Okay, fine. I mean, I don't know.
They'll probably talk about their feelings and their past.
There you go. So Psychonauts 2.
Way to transition that.
All right, here's another check. Who here's played Psychonauts?
Oh, not me.
I
I've
want
heard
to.
of it.
I've heard good things.
Cult following, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, I'm the only one who's actually played this.
The way, Greg.
Psychonauts is very much an element of its time, but it is a very fun platformer with really good humor. And 16 years. It's been 16 years since that game came out. As long as it does the same thing, good platforming, good power use, really funny characters,
Really,
this will do what it needs to do.
really great writing.
Yes.
Okay. I just hope it doesn't, like... Sometimes it's a good or bad thing when things take such a long time. And, like, sequels take such a long time.
Well, I think this was kickstarted at one point or another.
Oh.
Our funding fell through at some point, and then
yeah,
they got bought by Xbox or Microsoft.
because here's the thing about the original Psychonauts, it sold like shit.
Yeah.
Mhm. So it was just like a cult classic or something? Like people just
Yes.
Exactly.
oh, okay. Wow. That's not, I thought it was really good from the start.
All right. Well, moving on to Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, or Resident Evil Village, or REV3, as some people who are way too high are trying to push that idea. Fucking Revelations 3. Jeez.
That doesn't even make sense.
Because instead of it being a 7, it's a V and a 3. Yeah?
You're a
No.
V and a 3.
Because Village. Yeah, it's stupid. I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's fucking Resident Evil Village.
Yep.
Craig, take it away.
I'm very hyped for this. That's all I got to say. I was really hyped for 7. I was really hyped for Remake 2. I was really hyped for Remake 3, although that was not as big as it could have been, but I kind of already had that feeling with how much they were pushing the multiplayer aspect.
It was disappointing.
Mm-hmm. But what they've shown so far, the mystery, the enemies, the story, which, by the way, side note, story in Resident Evil is stupid. Draco here can attest to that, considering we've both been playing Resident Evil 5. But, oh man, I love stupid stories. I really do.
It is the Room of zombie video games.
Way.
But instead of it being one movie, it is a ongoing franchise.
So you just can't help but love how bad it is. Like
Yes,
it cannot
exactly.
disappoint you. What a way! It's like I wish parents could be the way to their kids. Like, yeah, no matter what you do, no matter how much you disappoint me, I'll always love you. Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
So, I am not excited for Village, just because I like certain types of Resident Evil games, and this is the type that I don't like, which is the first person playing the Ethans, who was debuted in RE6, and yeah, he doesn't do it for me. He really doesn't. A lot of the games ride on their villains and their main characters, and unless Chris is the villain, which he isn't, it's Big Titty Goth Girl who's going to be the villain. Ethan just doesn't do it for me. He's too much of a piece of bread.
Well, I do want to make a side note here. I'm not invalidating what you're saying. I'm really just affirming it. I don't think anyone gives a shit about Ethan. Any other people I know who like 7 don't care at all about Ethan.
Yeah.
Damn,
It's always been about the enemies for those games.
he sounds.
I say those games like he's been in more than one. 7. We're talking about 7.
Yes. And those games, being 7, only had that one enemy, but some really good bosses.
Exactly.
So hopefully they fix that problem.
Well, it definitely seems like there's a bit more character variety going on.
I mean, there were a lot of characters in 6.
Were there?
I mean, yeah. There's that whole family.
Okay, you said 6.
Yeah, I said... Oh, shit, 7. I'm sorry. Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Something's way off there.
Wait,
But yeah,
this is... Village... Wait.
Say-
What the fuck's happening right now? This is RE
Re-
Village.
Yes, it is Resident Evil 8.
This is 8. So you and I are talking about 7. I said 6. Okay.
I was like, how did
And there was like 5 different games in between all of that. So forgive me
Yes.
for getting confused.
no?
No, so Ethan, if he could die, nobody would give a shit. Like, cool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
no.
He's done.
Yeah, he dies at the end of the game. Everyone's going to be like, okay.
Awesome.
Wow.
If you do end up playing Chris, that'll be good. That'll be something.
It's possible.
First person Chris would be weird, but I'd be down.
He was DLC in 7, and you do still get the punching.
Yeah, that DLC that came out 2 years after the game.
I still don't know what was up with that.
Capcom got a Capcom. I don't.
Capcom.
Well, Capcom will be a podcast. Yeah. I hope there's enemy variety. I hope there's weapon variety. I hope that the story, as ridiculous as it is, actually kind of, turns it around. Or I hope the horror elements are actually there. With it being first person, they most likely will be. Because there's 2 rivaling RE teams right now. And the other team just dropped the ball. So it's time for them to step up their game. Until that other team puts out 4, and then this team's gonna get fucked. This team's gonna cry. Yeah. Resident Evil, it's confusing. Oh wait. Riders Republic. Didn't we do Riders Republic last?
Yeah, I thought we did. I was looking through the list and I didn't see it up there, but we definitely talked about this already.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh yeah, we did.
Riders
Okay.
Republic.
Yeah, it's like Steep, but it's not in snow anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, all we did was talk about Steep.
We did that.
Okay.
Right. Because we said it had potential. It just was missing a story. We just didn't have any story.
Yeah, I made a comment about how you wanted to be a dramatic miniseries.
Yeah, and I just wanted it to be a behind the scenes episode of Jackass.
That would have been really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about this already. Let's move on.
All right, Shadow Warrior 3. I have no interest, but I guess it's funny.
All right, so here's our third check of the day. Who's played Shadow Warrior?
I have not, but I am very familiar with
Nope.
the titles. Like I have almost played.
And I have not either, so I have no idea.
I'm gonna be right back. Craig, take care of Shadow Warrior and the one after that, because I definitely haven't played that shit either.
How the hell am I going to take care of Shadow Warrior? I haven't played it either.
Oh. Okay, so Shin Megami Tensei 7. Shin Megami Tensei 5. Sorry. Shin Megami Tensei 5. Go.
Okay, Shin Megami Tensei series. I am a big, big fan. Let me tell you for the next 3 hours about the Shin Megami Tensei. All right, so anyway, this one's we've been waiting a very, very long time for this one. It's been 4 years since the last proper Shin Megami Tensei game, and people got really high hopes for this because there was a trailer a while back. There was a new trailer sometime soon. For those who don't know, Shin Megami Tensei is like Pokemon, but with demon gods.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like you'll be in Tokyo. It's always Tokyo, and you're gonna go through the post-apocalyptic Tokyo, and you're gonna fight demons. And when you fight those demons, you can get into negotiations with them and get them to join your party.
Okay. All right. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and the demons have their own personalities and things like that, so you have to choose how to lure them to your side to that you can use them. So instead of beating a Pokemon to death, you negotiate with somebody.
Yep, you talk to the guy and they're like, "Hey, give me a soul stone." And you're like, "I only have 3 of those and I really need them." But you give it to him anyway, and then he runs away with your soul stone and then you're pissed.
Oh. Oh
I feel
man.
that
I mean,
happened to
man.
you.
Oh, it happens all the time in Shimigami
You're
Tensei.
like, thanks.
Yep.
But yeah, Shimigami Tensei is very much a JRPG. It requires a lot of strategy. It requires a good idea of the system mechanics. It's a very, very good series, and I love it. So I'm hyped.
You know, I've never actually really played the main series. I've only just played the Persona one. So, but I can understand about the game. That's cool, man. Now I want it.
It does sound neat.
And it's on the Switch.
I believe it. I don't think. Yeah, it will be on the
Oh,
Switch. That's what it is. The Shimigami Tensei series is
I'm
on the
definitely
Switch.
getting that shit.
I don't know when the division happened, but they basically made it so that Shimigami Tensei goes to the Nintendo systems and Persona goes to the other systems or PlayStation. I don't remember if it was on Xbox or
I
not.
don't. Yeah, I don't know if it. I never. I never had. I don't have an Xbox. I only have PlayStation. So
No, it was just
that's a
PlayStation. All right.
weird. That's a weird deal. Why not just have them in both? Like why not have Shin Megami Tensei games in PlayStation and Switch? Uh, I forgot that.
Hmm. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to add. The one trailer that we got that was an actual trailer looks pretty rad.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw the trailer.
We want to move on.
What, from Stalker?
Yeah.
Yeah, like again, not incredibly super familiar with it. Um, I know that what it has quite a bit of stealth to it, correct?
Uh, it's got the same stealth system that a lot of first person shooters have, where you can crouch and maybe get like a couple of people before the real battle starts, but it's not really in depth.
Okay.
Now, I do want to say this as a person who's only played the first Stalker game. Maybe they expanded it in the packs slash sequels, but I don't know.
Okay.
But it's definitely a it's it's a unique experience with a lot of Eurojank to it. If you like your first person shooters with your Eurojank, you'll like the Stalker series.
If you like your Metro, you'll like the Stalker.
Yes.
Okay.
As a side note, I actually read the novel that Stalker was based off of, which is called I believe it was called The Giant's Playground. That shit's dark, yo. Very Russian.
Okay. All right. I guess we're moving on to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. It's a vampire game. I think it's first person.
I believe so. At the very least, the first game was first person.
First person RPG. where you are trying to go from a piece of shit pale blood, I believe they're called, where they're basically trash vampires, practically ghouls, and you're trying to work your way up to being a, I don't know, basically Dracula or some shit.
When was it set on? Like what year? Like what year does the story take place?
Future, I think.
Yeah, it's one of those games where it's definitely in the time where cars exist, but it's kind of just a vague. It's around this time kind of deal.
Oh, right. 'Cause that,
But yeah, it's not like Middle Ages. It's not like it's basically modern times. That's really all it is.
so it's not like those old like. For some strange reason, I've always remembered video games where it's set during World War II, and then for some reason, vampires or werewolves or basically a cult shit happens. I've always thought that that's the only way vampires and werewolves could be allowed.
I mean, Blood Rain is World War II.
I think you just described the plot to Underworld.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a recurring story thing. I thought so futuristic.
Blood Rain is World War II. Blood Rain 2 is modern day, technically. Vampire is World War One. And that's interesting. I don't know about Legacy of Kain. And Blade and Blade 2 were technically modern day at the time. So
I guess the one thing to note is that it's based off a LARP, LARP. So they kind of just expect it to be modern day because hey, you're wearing your clothes and you don't want to really dress up for it. So
Right, that makes sense. Yeah.
okay. All right, moving on to Warhammer 40K Dark Tide.
That sounds like a metal album.
Yeah. Well, Warhammer Vermintide was very successful at the time. I think that was 2015, 16, somewhere in there. Vermintide was kind of the spiritual successor, or one of the spiritual successors to Left 4 Dead 2.
a little bit. Okay, I have not played it personally, so I have no idea.
It's kind of the same formula, same format. I have watched it being played. But yeah, whereas where in Warhammer it was, or not orcs, it was dwarves and elves and rogues and knights and magicians. Warhammer 40K is literally for 40,000 years in the future to that, where I think there are spaceships and there are lasers, and that's where you get your space marines from. So I don't know. I am not big into Warhammer. I don't know the lore.
Yeah, I'm really big into the 40K lore. I feel like it's not the right word. The setting. I like the setting a lot.
Okay. All right. So, Rainbow Six Quarantine.
I gotta look this one up because I read the description and it's.
And gentlemen,
Is
we're
it
20
sus?
outside of our break. 20 seconds. Before this.
All right. While you look that up, we are going to take a break. and we will be back after these messages. Done. Manscaped.
Yeah, please.